Hello, this is a video analysis featuring a 7v7 game of grade 3 boys in the spring of 2023, are highlighting the BYSA 7v7 principles of play, the shapes and patterns of play in this game played away in Charlestown. So the problem to solve was the opponent clumped. Every player was attracted to the ball. In the first half, our team struggled to progress the ball when dribbling as players were surrounded literally by 3 to 5 players every time they had the ball. Our team started the clump as well, trying to help the teammates, turning the game into a rugby scrum at times. We did have success, 3 goals, when we broke quickly, passed and progressed the ball down the outside away from pressure, and then crossed into the central areas. At halftime, we highlighted this issue with the tactics board and talked about retaining our shape and passing the ball to move the opposition around to find more space for ourselves. So, I challenged the team to retain their shape, be patient with the ball, and move the ball to move the opponent around until he could find some room to attack. I encouraged them to move the ball all the way back to the keeper if necessary to restart the play, to drag the other team up the field and find more space. It's important to note our formation, the 1-2-3-1, and the numbering positions of our players as we refer to them in the videos coming up. What follows is an edited cut of about 8 minutes of play down to about 3.5 minutes. And this time, the team repeatedly moved the ball from side to side, resulting in numerous corners and eventually resulted in the 4th goal. We pick up this game sometime in the second half, where the play has mostly been in the opponent's half. Here is a punt where now our center back plays this ball all the way back to our keeper, opens up, and now our keeper plays it back out to the center back. And now, as the move progresses, 5 out of the 7 players on the field touch the ball. If the ball had actually ended up in the net, this might have been a contender for goal of the season, as our striker makes a great move, and if it wasn't for a fantastic save down and away to the far post, that would have resulted in a 4th goal. You can see here the 7 regaining possession from the opponent after the save. He plays back to the 4, who now plays back to his partner, the 5. He could have played to the keeper, as the 5 had to chase it back, but he attempts to switch the ball to the 11. His touch lets him down, but it's recovered again by the 5, who now swings it through the 8 and now back again to the 7. So we've literally gone from wing to wing with this play after going back from the keeper. Play resumes, and now as they start to come out, our center backs press up, delay the counterattack, and now win the ball back. They play the ball back through to the 11, who then tries to find some space on the outside, but you can see the entire blue team is chasing him. He doesn't have a lot of room, so he takes the smart play, passes back to the 5, who again now switches the field to the other side. He may have been trying to find his partner, but he finds the 7 on the far side, and now we go down that side again, and what results now is a series of corners that we will now cut. You see here after a corner, you can see how the blue team had all been clumped in the 18. Our 11 tries to get out wide, makes a fantastic skill move, and again, swings it back to his partner, the 7, on the opposite wing, who attempts to get down the field, and it results in another set of corners eventually. You can see here our center back steps up, the 7 goes behind to protect. Eventually the ball makes its way into the 8, who's been holding the center of the field for a few more attempts. And again, we bring that ball down the side, trying to find room in this densely packed area of blue team. The 1v1 isn't successful, but again, we win the ball back with the 8 helping out the 7. And after some action, we end up with another corner. You can see as the corner is being taken, the 8's going to try and pull away and find a little space, calls for the ball here. You can see there's basically a wall of blue players in front, making it very difficult to get a ball through the area. Ball almost makes it to him. He's backing up. This is probably a foul as it gets knocked down, but our 11 again collects the ball, swings it to his partner on the far side, again going forward. This play eventually ends up with a handball in the box and a free kick. For our league, we do not do penalty kicks, so it results in an indirect kick. Now, here is the important part of the game. Now, this has been going on for about 8 minutes, and you can notice the entire blue team has been on that one side of the field. The ball comes back to our 5, it goes all the way to the 7, but now the blue team is all stretched out. The lanes are opened. The 7 finishes smartly to the far post for the 4th goal to put the game away. But that goal came about from the fact that we had been moving the ball back and forth, and the blue team had been chasing the ball that entire time. So in summary, these players are all 3rd graders in their first year of travel. This game was the second of the spring season with only 4 practices with the team. The principles of play for BYSA 7v7 have been taught to this group since day 1 of the fall season. We actually began by playing 4v4 and reviewing the BYSA 4v4 principles of play, first on a kindergarten-sized field, then a U8 field, before moving to 7v7 on a full 7v7 field in our preseason and fall practices. The roles of the position by number, the 9, 7, 11, 6, 8, 10, 4 and 5, and the 1, were introduced on day 1 of the fall, and the players could recite and understand these roles within a few weeks. Most importantly, the players took on information during halftime that connected with the principles they had been practicing since day 1 of the season, and could execute, to the technical abilities of a group of 3rd graders, those principles in a recognizable way, resulting in almost complete possession of the ball during the entire second half of this game. While we are understandably proud of this group of players, it's more important to note that it is the principles of play that are helping them organize and structure their play as they go forward. And the goal is, with BYSA, from 4v4 all the way to 11v11, that each division of the game steps on and builds on the one prior to that, so that in the end, all our players use the same pathway to grow and understand the game so that they play in an understandable and recognizable way coming from BYSA. That's the key to using the principles of play guides as we go forward. I hope this video analysis was useful, and thank you for watching.